In this episode of Dolce Vita, explore the fantastic world of Yunnan mushrooms. Discover the creative and inspiring work of Hong Kong interior designers. Bask in a relaxing and fun-filled vacation right here in our hometown. And experience a new vision of contemporary living spaces.
Hey Yancy, have you ever been to Yunnan?
No, I've never been to Yunnan before, but I know it's a place decorated with unique ethnic culture and it has beautiful scenery. So if I have the time one day, I will definitely go. How about you?
No, I haven't been to either, and I've also heard that Yunnan is absolutely beautiful and also China's top mushroom producer. And right now it is peak season, so the perfect opportunity for us to try this special mushroom menu.
Eat according to season and weather is a key principle in Chinese cuisine. The monsoon season in Yunnan not only brings torrential rainfall, but also marks the beginning of wild mushroom season. You may know fungi in Yunnan for their dazzling variety, but did you know that for Cantonese cuisine chefs, the fleshy body and aromatic fragrance of fungi can be a source of culinary inspiration?
When it comes to mushrooms, I immediately think of the ones you can buy in the supermarket, such as the button mushrooms or the portobello mushrooms. But I'm sure there are more types of mushrooms out there.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, literally, there are thousands types of edible mushrooms out there, but we're not going to have time to try all of them today. We are going to start with the morel mushroom. This type of mushroom has a meatier texture and it has a woodsy and toast flavor. And on top of that, it's very good for our health as well.
Morel mushrooms are famous for their resemblance of sheep tripe. These wild mushrooms don't offend palates or overpower dishes, as their earthy yet nutty, woodsy and toasted flavors always stand above and apart. Here, shrimp paste, pork and wild mushroom are cooked along with morels in chicken broth. With the rich gravy and spinach, this dish will definitely enlighten your taste buds. Mushrooms are one of the most popular ingredients of meat-free dim sum. Matsutake mushrooms and black truffle impart a rich, distinct flavor, while sea cucumber adds texture and bamboo pith gives the dim sum a juicy sweetness. These vegan mushroom dim sum dishes are bursting with savory flavors. Mushroom pan-fried with butter or baked with cheese are many people's favorites. But if you're curious about the original and unadulterated flavors of specific types of mushroom, well then, the salt grilled mushroom platter is for you.
Dim sum is my all-time favorite, and today all dishes are filled with umami-packed mushrooms. My favorite will have to be the sea cucumber siomai and also the matsutake mushrooms filled with truffles, giving a really luxurious and extra flavorful taste.
Yeah, I mean, mushrooms are such a versatile ingredient and it goes well with everything. And depending on your cooking method, you might get slightly different results. Take this, for example. It is salt grilled, and just using simple salt can bring out the unique flavor of each type of mushroom. So the cooking method might be simple, but the result is simply delicious.
Chanterelles are packed with savory woodsy mushroom flavor, and they don't need any additional savory seasoning to make them stand out. Here, the velvety, unctuous chanterelles are paired with fluffy scrambled eggs and juicy lobster. A perfect combination. Swollen stalked cat mushroom has a mild and sweet flavor, making it a good companion for stir-fry dishes. With its firm texture, the mushrooms create a harmonious dish wok fried with green onion, chili, and Wagyu beef.
Whether it's grilled, stir-fried, stewed in soup, or cooked in a variety of ways, I find that dishes with mushrooms in them are always very delicious because of their earthy and nutty flavor.
Mushrooms is extremely versatile and it can be used in countless dishes and eaten every day, which is why more and more people eat it every day as a staple.
Hong Kong is a relatively small city, but we have a very talented population. And the interior design industry is a good example of this. Because as Hong Kongers, we tend to spend so much time indoors, we find many places with exemplary interior design elements. Today, I'm going to take you to a place where you can see the creations of many local Hong Kong designers, and we'll even talk to some of them to find out their views on the industry. Hong Kong Interior Design Association organized a 3-day event that gathered local and international interior designers from around the globe to exchange ideas and celebrate the achievements of masters of different generations. The event not only showcased works of local interior designers, but also highlighted the latest developments in the city's interior design industry.
Horace, it's good to see you. Tell us what inspired you to organize this event.
Hong Kong Interior Design Week is the first grand event to showcase the standards of Hong Kong interior design and the value that this industry creates for the society. We got this kind of inspiration of whether we should have a kind of collective work and also showcasing the ability and also the different aspects of the daily life that relate to interior design. We would like to, using this kind of platform, to promote and also strengthen the concept and also understanding of the value of interior design in Hong Kong.
Tell us about some of the highlights of the exhibition.
We have a lot of interesting content. For example, we have 5 legends that we picked the most well-known and recognized figure in interior design. And also, we also showcase a lot of companies that win a lot of gold awards internationally. And also, we let the general public vote for their favorite public interior space in Hong Kong. We would love to see from the perspective of the general public, how do you perceive interior space?
Ultimately, what do you hope to achieve with the exhibition?
We'd love to let the people understand this statement. What do we mean by interior design? In Hong Kong, especially, the quality and also the experience from an interior design project can generate and create new value for the business, culture, daily life, lifestyle, whatever, is very, very huge. So interior design environment is not just about beautiful pictures, but also about public health, well-being, and safety, and also about how history and culture that we can generate to educate the usage of the space. So let the general public understand that we are not just doing home decoration, but create public kind of values. So this is something that we want to achieve.
Very meaningful. Thank you, Horace.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Steve, it's very nice to meet you. Tell me what you think of an event like this that brings so many people from the industry together.
This is the first ever Interior Design Week organized by the Hong Kong Interior Design Association. I think the event actually brings people, not only people from the industry, but also our client, people working together with interior design, but most importantly, all the public.
Yeah.
So we would like to generate their interest in interior design, which I think most of people would love it, which is, I think, is very, very important.
William, tell us about this very interesting piece of art. What is it?
So it's actually a faucet for a basin, but actually we couldn't hook up the water.
Wow.
The water will come out from here. So actually I took the concept of like a Chinese bonsai.
Okay.
So this is a piece of rock and this is a piece of branch, a tree, and kind of design it. So hopefully, I also feel that design nowadays is, like having a very strong Eastern presence, and I hope that this is something that we can be proud of and we can use it in Asia and in China.
I meant to ask you more about this East meets West concept. You've enjoyed so much success. I look around and you've enjoyed so much success internationally. What would you say to a young up-and-coming interior designer, or for that matter, any young brand in Hong Kong who wants to go beyond Hong Kong? What advice would you give?
Right. Actually, I think first, you have to be very passionate about what you're doing. And I think you just take every opportunity to challenge yourself and challenge your client and try to do something that's gone beyond just what the client would expect. With the social media, you can actually travel very far. And that will bring you the next step, which could be an international project.
Tino, it's very nice to meet you.
Hi.
I think when people think of interior design, lighting design might not be the first thing that jumps to their mind. But of course, we all know that lighting is really important for a home in terms of establishing mood and making things comfortable. How do you choose this very interesting field?
You're absolutely right. People always think or put lighting at the last.
It's an afterthought.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And this is actually not a good practice.
Right.
You know, the lighting adds value into the interior. And then it really raised, the standard of living. That's very, very important.
So in terms of general principles, what recommendations would you have for someone who wants to do something with lighting in their home?
First of all, the lighting has to be comfortable, or what I call is glare-free. And also, the lighting has to be coming in the different layers, focus, So it makes the whole space more complex, and more detailed and more comfortable.
Though buildings are dressed up with different facades from time to time, talented interior designers have always been the driving force in maintaining the unique style of Hong Kong. Their creative works bring vitality to every corner of our city. After the break, experience a weekend getaway like no other. And check out some thoughtfully designed furniture and accessories.
When it comes to traveling, Southeast Asia is a place that keeps me going back again and again. Partly because it's close to Hong Kong, so it's perfect for a short trip. It has excellent beaches, a nice climate, as well as a dizzying mix of cultures.
Exactly. You'll find a lot of pristine natural sites all around Southeast Asia. And it's perfect for someone looking to take a break from the busy city life. Not to mention, the region has some of the tastiest dishes in the world.
Satay is synonymous with Southeast Asia. Originally from Indonesia, the dish is so prevalent that almost every region of the world has its own version of the skewered meat. Spiced meat cooked to charred perfection. Every bite is divine. A trip to a hawker street market for culinary delights is one of the most popular activities for travelers in Southeast Asia. And when you're in Thailand, slurping a bowl of boat noodles is a must. This boat noodle here is the perfect answer for your Thai food cravings. Flaky and crispy samosas are a mouth-watering Indian snack. They're so common in India that you can get them on almost every other street corner. Samosas have a long history. They're mentioned in Persian writings dating back to the 9th century. As the centuries passed, recipes changed and every region added its own flair to the traditionally simple pastry. That's why we always say, food is the best way to understand a culture.
I love drinking Singapore Sling. The color is so enticing and the taste is just refreshing.
Well, we've all had mojitos before, but a coconut mojito is my first. Adding coconut water really makes it that much more thirst-quenching.
You know what I realized? A lot of people say they miss traveling and whatnot, but I think spending more time in Hong Kong has made me realize there's so much to discover in the city.
Yep, just like this meal here, we can sample all these authentic flavors all over Southeast Asia. Isn't that great? Planning a holiday isn't so hard after all. Cheers to that. Cheers!
The alluring flavors brought by different herbs is one of the most prominent features of Southeast Asian dishes. And apart from cooking, herbs can be used in many other ways. To learn more about herbs, why not take a stroll in the herb garden and enjoy all the wonderful scents? Soap making is a great activity to spark your creativity. The making process is not only fun, but also stimulates your senses. With the right combination of herbs, you can easily create a soap with a unique scent that speaks to you. Though the process of soap making is straightforward, there are a few tips that we can share. First of all, prepare all the ingredients and tools ahead of time because once you pour the lye into the oil, things move quickly. You also need to master the optimal ratio of ingredients as each of them makes a huge difference to the finished product.
I love spending time outdoors and just connecting with the natural world. And I don't know if it's the smell of these aromatic herbs or just the fact that I got to make something with my own hands that's so pretty. But this experience of herbal soap making was so relaxing.
I really like the soap that I made too. It smells really good. Being able to do crafty things in this natural environment, it really relieves a lot of stress. Want to do more relaxing things and really enjoy our time here? There's more.
Vacations are all about relaxing. A short retreat from work or other life stresses helps reset our body and mind and ultimately improves our well-being. Quality time does not necessarily mean traveling to a faraway place. Sometimes you need to do the unordinary to experience the extraordinary. Be it waking up to an unobstructed ocean view or indulging yourself in your favorite treat, it's easier than you think to rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. If you're looking for furniture for your home or office, there are lots of things to consider. Is the furniture practical? Does it look nice? Finding a sense of style that suits both your needs and your sense of aesthetics can be complicated. Today, we're going to be talking to an expert who's going to give us some tips on how to decorate a space. Can you tell us about the latest trends in interior design?
I think the main trend that is happening about interior design now doesn't come from designer or brand, but come from the user. I think especially in Hong Kong, people have started to understand how important it is to surround yourself by beautiful, well-made, ergonomic furniture and design objects in their daily life. People are trying to create a real feeling of home, really uplift their mood and increase their wellness by all the objects and furniture they surround themselves with.
What are some of the elements of good design, and how do you balance practicality and function versus beauty?
I think you should never really choose one over the other. You should really have both. For me, an object that is not practical is not beautiful. And when we choose the furniture, you know, these are objects that actually we spend so much time on. So these are really important part of your life, you know. They need to be comfortable. They need to also uplift your mood. They need to be placed where you can create memories with, you know, your family, your friend.
Can you give some tips to our viewers who are thinking about redecorating their office or home space?
The biggest challenge here is the space. So you need to make sure you don't overcrowd. And then, since you're not going to buy too many furniture, choose something iconic, you know, because it's iconic for good reason, because it's well designed, it's comfortable, and something that also you have an emotional link with, you know. You need to fall in love with the furniture.
And in the space, do you think everything has to kind of look good together and complement each other, or is it okay to let's say have the rest of the space be a little bit bland and then have that one iconic showpiece?
I think we should not be afraid, you know, of different texture and color. Sometimes people go too safe, you know, and then everything is lost and look the same. And on the other extreme, people go a bit too crazy. You need to find the balance, you know, but you don't just need to have one strong piece. You can have several. Sometimes it's even very nice that you need to really train to be able to have a good harmony, but it's something really fun and exciting, rather than to have 6 times the same chair.
Tell us about the trends in chairs. What are some of your favorite designs, and what should people be looking out for?
Chair is a practical object, but it's also an art piece, you know, it's quite interesting. So it's nice to kind of go back to history and work with masters of design, and because they have managed something amazing, make a chair sometime in the 50s, in the 60s, that is thing that still looks modern and usable. But also, we don't only live in the past, and there are people living right now, like Princess the like brother, that do something very interesting. So I think chairs is more versatile than a table and other objects. You can have fun.
Now, you brought up the past. Let's look into the future.
What future trends do you see in both furniture design and interior design?
One of the biggest trend right now is sustainability, and make sure that the products we are using don't destroy the environment and don't have a negative impact on the planet. Another really important point is the ergonomics and how the chair makes you feel. A lot of people, either at home, in their home office or in their office, they spend hours on a chair, so they really want something that they can keep a good posture, good health, good for their bone, and that's the biggest trend.
Now I have to sit up straighter.
Yes, posture is important, exactly. Or you can relax like this,
Thank you so much, Arnold.
Okay, thank you.
That's all the time we have for this week's episode. If you enjoy what we've introduced and want to find out more, simply check out our program website. In the coming weeks, we'll continue our sweet journey. Delve into Hong Kong's vibrant dining scene, stay on top of the latest happenings in town, connect with inspiring people from different backgrounds, and look after your well-being. Be sure to tune in again next time. See ya!